Hi there, Rebecca here, your Vibe Mentor, bringing you another video on how to raise your vibration so you can live your best life. Wanted to chat with you today about the reason 99% of people fail. And it's interesting how I'm seeing this title go around YouTube. So why not? We are all sharing our perspective on why we think 99% of people fail. Of course, Tony Robbins is a beautiful human being who I respect very much. I think he probably was the one that used it first. But who cares? The point is, I have stumbled upon something that I think is incredibly life changing for millions of people. And that is the fact that 99% of people have unworthiness issues. Ta-da! Who knew? And what's funny is because I talk to anywhere from 2 to 5 people a day as far as coaching clients, and it's fascinating how this theme runs throughout all of their lives. That when they bring it up, they feel ashamed. They feel like there's something wrong with me. I must be the only person that struggles with worthiness. And yet I see it from call to call to call to call that every single person I talk to has worthiness issues. And it's fascinating from my perspective, being on the other side of this and having gone through it, that we are not alone. And yet, the very problem with this, the very issue, is that we think we're the only ones, that we are alone in this, and that there's something wrong with us, and nobody else will understand, and they will reject me if they know this about me, so I have to keep it hidden. And we hide it from each other, and yet we're all going through it. And of course, we're all interconnected, right? And so this learning, this lesson, this awareness, this massively world-changing, impactful concept and idea and theory, if you will. It's not even a theory; it's a proven fact. Can really change the lives of so many people, especially light workers. And I tend to work primarily with light workers and people on the spiritual path. And so when we are dealing with healing our past traumas, healing our childhood, and trying to piece back together all of the parts of us so that we can become whole, we don't quite understand where it comes from. And yeah, we understand that, childhood experiences, adverse childhood experiences create highly sensitive people. And we know that empathic people typically have had very challenging upbringings. And we do the inner child work, and we do the meditations, and we go back and we look at all of these times when we first felt not enough. We first felt that there was something wrong with us. We first felt we were broken. We first felt we didn't have a voice, that we didn't matter, that our needs were not valid, that all of this is typical for us in the spiritual community to understand. And yet, being also in the psychology community and potentially going down the pursuit of multiple degrees in this field, I'm finding that the many facets of the unworthiness, the many facets of the adverse childhood experiences, weave its thread throughout our entire life. Everything we say and do, especially if we are newly awakening and we're not yet fully conscious of our actions, our behaviors, our thoughts, it is mind-boggling how this literally touches every aspect of your life. The way you speak, the way you have relationships, the way you communicate, the way you move through life, the clothes you choose, the dietary choices you choose, the workout habits that you choose, the addictions you choose, all of them are driven by this. And so I feel like I'm dancing around this. I need to clarify what I'm trying to say. If you grew up in a household where you didn't feel your needs were met, you have something called complex trauma. It is not the typical trauma of like a child or a car accident or one experience, one memorable moment. It's a long term, sustained sense of needs not being met. And you may have a healthy home and still be a sensitive child and have the perspective that my needs were not met, right? And it can just be a perception of the child, even if it had a healthy home, but its needs were not met, that creates complex trauma. And what this does is it creates a sense of brokenness, not enoughness, right? So if I have a need and it's not met, there must be something wrong with me. We have the innate ability to internalize the root cause of a problem as being within us. For whatever reason, the brain can't fix it any other way. So when they don't meet our needs, we feel that our needs are invalid. We feel that there's something wrong with our needs, that we are broken because we have these needs. And so then we learn to reject and deny not only the needs, but the parts of us that need those things. And in the rejection and in the denial, it is the very thing that we fear is the abandonment. And that is a result of not enoughness, right? So we felt that our parents abandoned us, and then so we will abandon ourselves. And we learn, here's the thing, it could be ages 0 to 7, it could be your entire childhood all the way up to 18. It could also extend after childhood into toxic relationships. So if you have felt unsafe or uncared for, your needs were not met for any sustained period of time, your brain has changed. Your survival mechanisms have dictated how you will behave in the world to prevent this pain, to prevent this rejection, the pain of not having my needs met, and yet try to work around whatever the brain perceives as the issue and still meet your needs, right? And so we still deeply have a desire for love. We deeply, deeply desire a feeling of acceptance, respect. And yet we won't allow ourselves to be seen. We hide behind a mask or behind walls or whatever your coping mechanism is to try to still meet these needs but protect yourself at the same time, right? So imagine the conundrum of the brain trying to figure out, how do I get love and respect without being seen? What's the answer there? To put on a false mask, to be something the world wants us to be, to do what they told us to do, to shift and adapt and be a chameleon, to kind of adapt to whoever we're around and whatever we think they're going to want us to be so that they don't reject us. Right? And it's fascinating how it prevents us from being authentic. It prevents us from understanding who we are. So there was a child at 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 who got the message that you're wrong and you're broken, that need is invalid, you shouldn't need that, right? Suck it up. You're wrong for needing to have that need met. So then that child learns to lock down the need, lock down the part of the personality that has that need. We start to reject and deny our authentic self. And so the parts of our brain, literally, the literal parts of our brain that would develop the personality, develop the extracans, what is the word I'm looking for there? That one is escaping me. I'll have to fix that somehow. But the intricacies, thank you, the intricacies of what would make us unique, what would make us special, are buried, they're hidden, they're rejected, they're denied, they're deemed bad and wrong. And so we lose the ability to understand who we are. We forget, or we never remember, we never really fully actualize all of the parts of us. And so we come to this adult place in life when we're like, okay, I want to know what my life purpose is. I'm ready to be of service. How do I serve? How do I serve? How do I be of service? How do I use my unique abilities? How do I tap into my authenticity when I've hidden who I am my entire life and I've hidden what I need from myself and everybody else? I don't know who I am. I don't know what I need, let alone how to get my needs met. I'm deeply, deeply afraid of rejection and abandonment and more pain, but I want love and respect. And I want to be of service and I want to help. and I'm a light worker and I'm made to help. I'm built for this. And yet, everything that I know that my soul is crying for, everything that I deeply, deeply desire and yearn for, I can't have because I can't put myself out there. I can't be rejected. I don't know who I am. I don't know what my gifts are. I don't know what my skills are. Can you see how this impacts every single person? Look at the people around you, not every single. Okay, I will say there's probably, and 5 to 10% is my guesstimate, not there's no research to prove this yet. I may have to go get it because this is so huge because we need to understand who we are to feel valuable. We need to feel valuable to be able to be of service. We need to know what our value is to be able to be the light. We are a light worker. We are meant to shine our light. To be able to shine our light, we have to embrace ourselves, love ourselves, protect ourselves, be authentic, be in our power, right? All these things that were taken from us by this complex trauma and the guilt and the shame around the messages we received, right? And anytime we get an accurate mirror, a reflection of, from someone else around us that says, you're amazing, you're awesome, I love your work, I love da 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 about you, you have the habitual response of, you must not know me, you must not truly see who I am because you would reject me like they did, right? We had a hall of mirrors in our childhood, and so now an accurate mirror doesn't look right, and so we reject the truth. And this is the reason it's so exciting for me is because 6 years I've spent developing value and intention-based education. If you didn't know, VIBE actually is an acronym, and it stands for value and intention-based education because what I could see was the challenge in the world is people not feeling valuable. And yet knowing deep down inside the soul sickness that creates dark nights of the soul and all these other things is that we are valuable and we're supposed to be serving and we're supposed to be doing something important, right? We all have this innately built into us because this is who we are. We are a divine spark of the Creator. We are critically important to the success of the whole. We are here to build heaven on earth. Now, as I continue down this path of your value, catch and watch your response because know that I am mirroring your truth right now, and it is the hall of mirrors that is going to try to convince you otherwise. It is the subconscious programming that I can help you undo. It can be undone. This can be healed. But first and foremost, the thing you need to believe is you are valuable. Just the way you are. Perfectly imperfect. You were made with intention. You are not an accident. There is a consciousness fully aware of what it created and who you are meant to be. That you had a purpose. Every aspect of you, including the parts that you denied and rejected, were needed. They were important. They served a purpose for your purpose. You are valuable, and you recognize and realize your value and your worth as you get out and start serving people after you heal the complex trauma and the shame that came with it. They go hand in hand. It's almost like if I use the word shame, people shut down because nobody wants to believe that I feel that way about myself. Because if I admit that, then there's something wrong with me. I don't want to be broken. You're not broken. And guess what? Even if you made mistakes, even if you have a past, even if you feel that the thing that you've denied or rejected about you is inherently flawed and there's zero way to fix it, your Creator can heal you. You can be restored. There is nothing that we have discovered as far as the brain and the body that can't be healed. Yeah, there might be scars, but guess what? Your mess is your message. What you've experienced is what you're here to assist with. So you get to prove, I got that scar. Look, I did it. You can do it. You can heal, and you are valuable. And your path to success is recognizing the hall of mirrors that were an inaccurate perception, created an inaccurate perception in you of your value and your worth. And that I'm now mirroring your accurate value. This is your truth. You are perfect, perfectly imperfect, made for your purpose, and you are valuable. And the world needs you. It needs you in your power and your strength to love on yourself, to heal, to come alive, to be so secure and so strong in your value and your worth that you get out there and it doesn't matter who gives you the side eye, who looks at you funny, because when you know yourself and somebody else tries to tell you who you are, it's a freaking joke. It doesn't even penetrate. And I can't stop talking about this. So if you find that there's a video or two with the same theme, I'm not even going to apologize, because that would be part of the complex traumas, over apologizing. If you want to know more, I will link the other video that I did that lists all of the symptoms of complex trauma, and I certainly will be speaking more about this because I am so excited. I get really excited about the problem because I found the solution, right? This is the weed, guys. We just need to pull the weed of the complex trauma. We need to start to bring awareness, right? As in quantum physics, when we observe, we finally can see the root of the problem. We see the root of the weed. We can see the behaviors. We got to be honest with ourselves and willing to see it, right? Willing to see the impact that this has left on our lives. Then we can start to watch it. And as with quantum physics, as the observer, just by purely watching, things shift, things change. Think about a child who's being watched. They can't behave the way they would if they were not being watched. This is one of the laws of the universe. Just being willing to look at this will help shift it for you. So with that, I will end. I have a course, I have coaching, I've got a Facebook page and a community. There are so many resources for you. I do free accelerator courses to help you jump into quantum leaping into your life purpose, supporting yourself financially, and manifesting the abundance that is your birthright. I love to help. I am always open to a free chat, and I have links below for that. I have to be careful. I don't want everybody signing up. So actually fill out the coaching application and we'll chat. But I have shifted many lives in 30 minutes, so I can promise you I can help you. And there's more to offer after that. So I love you guys so much. Your light is beautiful. You are beautiful. I look forward to supporting you and helping you shine and tap into that beautiful gift that the world needs that only you have. So I will see you on the next video. Much love, my namastes. Namaste and much love, my friends. And I'm not even going to edit that up. Take care.